This is our video number 8 on project costing in Tally ERP 9, and in this video we are discussing about the payment. We need to do a payment against invoices which we made earlier, and we need to create one more purchase invoice. We need to create one more purchase order for the labor charges for the labor, because if you see that in our quotation we are charging this labor charges to the customer, that the quantity is 30 and the rate is 1400. So we are also getting this labor charges from a third party, for example the supplier, from the manpower company, or let's suppose from this Aslan construction. So the labor charges, that is we are getting 30 labors at the rate of 1200. So the total invoice amount is 36,000. So in this video we need to do a payment to our invoices which we already recorded, and for Sigma builders, and we need to create another purchase order and purchase invoice for the labor charges. So first we're gonna do the payment. So we can do full payment or a partial payment. So let's suppose we are doing a full payment to the Sigma builders. So how to do payments in Tally ERP 9? We need to go in accounting vouchers, enter, and in accounting vouchers we have F5, which is for the payments, right? This F5 is used for the payments, enter. So our supplier is Sigma builders, enter. So that is the total current payable balance to the Sigma builders, that is 800,000, 861,000. So let's assume it that we are paying this 861,000 to the Sigma builders LLC, enter. And we are paying against the invoices, so we need to select here against the reference, enter. And that is our invoice 7788, and the total amount of this invoice, the final balance is 861,000, enter, enter. For the Dubai project, by mall, enter. And then we are paying through Dubai Islamic Bank, let's assume it, and the current balance of Dubai Islamic Bank is this, enter. And we are paying through a check. You can mention the check number here, and that is the instrument date, the check date, enter. And here you can write your description: full payment to Sigma Builders LLC. You can mention whatever the check number is, check number 7788. As of date, you can press enter, enter, and save it. So this is how we are doing payments, where we are recording a payment in Tally ERP 9. And if you want to check that the ledger report of Sigma Builders LLC, you need to go back, go in display, accounts book is for A, and then ledgers, that is for L. And then you can press Sigma, enter. So if you look, first we have the purchase, the total purchase is 861,000, and then we did the payment. So the closing balance is 00 now. We paid in full. Okay, so this is how we can check the ledger report of a supplier in Tally ERP 9. So the second part of the video is that we need to create another purchase order uh, for the labor charges, that we are getting the labors for the construction, right? So that is Aslan construction, and the labor charges, that is 30 labors and at the rate of 1200. So how to we need to create the purchase order again. So go back, we need to go in order vouchers, enter. And we are creating purchase order. The party name is Aslan construction, enter. That is a supplier information. You can press Ctrl A also, and that is a purchase order number. Let's suppose it is 3000, enter. Purchases, enter. And we are getting that is what name of items now. Okay, so here we can mention we are not ordering any items like bricks or Teflon tapes, right, cement. We are not ordering the items. We are getting the labors only. So you can press enter again, and here we can select the list of ledger accounts, the labor charges, enter, enter, and the total amount is, that is 36,000. Enter, and you can apply the VAT also. Enter, and the total amount, that is 37,800 with the VAT. Enter, 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 and you can issue purchase order issue to Aslan Construction, and then enter, and you can save it. So this is how we are creating that the purchase order. So the next step is that we are getting the labors from Aslan Construction the very next day, and we need to create that invoice also, and we are receiving that invoice also. So okay, so our next step is that we need to create the purchase invoice against the purchase order. So we are going in accounting vouchers, and here we have this purchases, which is F9. So let's suppose the supplier invoice which we received, that is 1200. Enter, that is the date of that purchase invoice. Enter, you need to select the supplier, which is Aslan Construction LLC. Enter, enter, and you can mention that is purchases. Enter, and we are charging labors. Enter, enter, the amount is 36,000. Enter, and the VAT is 1,800. So you can press enter, enter, enter. You can write the description here. Okay, so before saving this purchase invoice, you can convert this purchase, that item invoice, into as a voucher. So you can click this Control V, or you can click this as a voucher. Press enter. That is Aslan Construction LLC. And for the project, that is Dubai project. Enter. And in Dubai project, we have Dubai Mall project, and the total amount is 37,800 for the labor charges. And that is, you can select against reference, that is 1,200. Enter, and that is the labor charges for Dubai project. Enter, and that is for the VAT for Dubai projects, Dubai Mall. Enter, and you can mention that description again. Purchase invoice for labor charges. Enter, enter, and save it. So this is how you are reporting the purchase invoice against the purchase order for the supplier Aslan Construction LLC. So the last step is that we are going to check the reports. So if you go into the display, we want to see the report of our project. So we go into the display. In display, we have statement of inventory, right? And here we have this job work analysis. Enter, and I want to see the report of the Dubai Mall. So press enter, and I want to see the report in detail. So press F1. So if you look here, we have this direct expenses, which is freight, and the labor charges, the labor expenses, that is 36,000 dirham. And the right now that it shows the net profit and loss of a project, that is negative 41,000. This one, that is our opening stock, and that is our purchases, and that is our closing stock. There we have this direct expenses, which is freight. Indirect expenses, we have labor charges, and right now currently we don't have any revenue from this project, so that's why we have a loss of 41,000 dirham. So this is how we check the report of a job work analysis in Tally ERP.